Hi there, I'm Paul Mitchell, leadership coach, author and founder of the Human Enterprise. Welcome to Mentoring with Mitch, where we answer your questions about leadership in all aspects of life, in your family life, in your organisational or business life, and also in your community. And today's question comes from a general manager in a fast-moving consumer goods company in sales. So let's have a look. I'm having trouble with one of my direct reports. They are a very keen team player, yet make commitments and rarely follow through, particularly if they think their actions may piss somebody off. Interesting. I appreciate their sensitivity, but at times they need to make a call. We all do. Yet, even though I've pointed this out several times, their behaviour continues. Before putting them on performance improvement plan, that's really taking it to the end, isn't it? Do you have any ideas? An interesting one, because I think it brings up a whole range of issues. And the main thing it brings up is, why do people change or why do people not change? And there's so much information about that, libraries and libraries of information. So I want to bring it down to three things that you can do to help people make changes if they wish to make a change. What's that old psychology joke? How many psychologists does it take to change a light bulb? Only one, but the light bulb has to really want to change. So anyway, the first thing is the concept of pain and pleasure. We only change because we're moving towards something which we think will give us pleasure, or we're moving away from something which we think will give us pain. Great decisions and great changes come, I think, when we balance both. Let me make a prediction for you. Right now, we've got this thing called the Great Resignation. There are so many roles out there, and people are going, oh, fantastic, I'm getting out of here, I don't like it here, and they're going to other roles. But I think what they're doing is they're moving away from the pain that they have, but not really thinking through whether or not they're going to get great rewards, great gains in their next role. So I predict not just the great resignation, I predict the great regret. I think what will happen in 6 months down the track, people will leave their organisation and go, you know what, it wasn't that bad here. You know what, I could have worked it better through with my manager. You know what, I could have maybe connected with more stakeholders. Anyway, that's an aside. So we've got these two things, pain and pleasure. So what you have to do, number one strategy is you have to make the pleasure of the person changing greater than the pain. In other words, now I'm going to be even, say, if it's about sensitivity, I'm going to be even more like than I was before if I change. If they think that the pain of changing will be greater than the pleasure of the gain, they won't change. If they think, hey, if I change my behaviour, if I'm more assertive, I won't be liked, and that would be horrific for me, then I'm not going to change. We often do up a grid, and on the top we have change or not change, and then on the side, gains and losses. So the first thing you can do is sit down and just go through someone. Hey, your behaviour isn't changing. Let's have a look at the gains and losses there. Remember, you're either doing it for gaining pleasure or you're avoiding pain. The second thing is, when you're asking people to change, put it in their value system, not yours. I'm going to make an assumption here, but your value system might be, we need to get an outcome. They need to change to get a better outcome. Their value system might be, I'll only change if I get liked more. Your value system might be, hey, you get respected as a leader. Their value system might be, hey, I want to be liked more. So what you could talk about, if that was the case, is, you know what? If you keep doing your behavior the way you're doing it, if you keep have this lack of follow through, even though you're very sensitive, eventually people won't like you. In fact, they won't respect you, but they won't like you either. Whoa, now you're putting forward the change in their value system. And the final point, and it's pretty much, I guess, related to the others, talk about what we call the default future, which has a negativity about it. If you continue on this path, what's going to happen? If you continue with the current behaviours that you're doing, what's going to happen? If you continue to actually not make commitments and not follow through, what's going to happen? What will happen to your reputation? What will happen to your self-esteem? What will happen to our relationship? So paint a default negative future. Now, Are those three things necessarily going to change them? No, but they're a damn good start. So talk about pain and pleasure with them. Secondly, put it in their value system, not yours. And thirdly, talk about the default future of not changing. Hope this helps. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope that's helped, or at least given you a couple of first steps. And if you have questions about leadership at home, leadership at work, or leadership in your community, we would love to hear from you. Please visit mentoringwithmitch.com and we'll get through as many questions as we can. And also subscribe so you make sure you get to hear every episode. And importantly, if you've got friends or colleagues or even family that you think would benefit from hearing some of these answers or some mentoring with Mitch, please make sure you share with them as well. Until next time, find the passion, develop the skills, make the numbers, and make a difference.